Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 11th of December, 2019. Alrighty guys, so we're coming right up on that full moon in Gemini, and that's going to be a really big full moon. It's also an eclipse, so definitely check out the video I just did about that. I do a really important overview on the astrology and the collective messages and really the energy that's coming up, and then I go into, Aries through Pisces, all the specific messages for each sign. So you can check it out for your moon sign, your rising sign, your sun sign, and see what's coming up for you. All right, I'm going to be using the Bosch Tarot actually for a lot of the stuff today. I don't know why, I'm just feeling it. And we're going to see what's coming up today. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to check out your general monthlies as well as your love readings for the month, okay? And make sure you're still subscribed if you're a subscriber, just because YouTube has been messing with everything. It's been unsubscribing me for no reason from things that I've been subscribed to for years, so YouTube, get your shit together and make sure that YouTube has their shit together for you guys, okay? So let's see. I also want to do a shout out. Thank you, Rob. He sent me these awesome, a Herkimer and a Moldavite, and they're so awesome. I know it's really hard to see, but it's a little tiny Moldavite here. Really awesome. So thank you so much. And you put them in like little like crystally spinny things so you can carry them around on your neck and whatnot. So I'll probably do that. And it's a Herkimer. And oh my god, how cool is that? I'm like in love with it. Their energies are amazing, so thank you. All right, so let's get into your reading here. Readings have been very interesting, and as we approach this full moon energy, I expect them to be pretty intense. A lot of dealing with the shadow side, or our shadow self, the shadow energy and things right now. And so expect things to be tough, for it to be intense, for a lot of unhealthy, weird behaviors to come up and manifest themselves into reality for you to deal with. Ooh. I like that, though, for your general energy. Okay. Actually, not bad. So let's see what else we get here. Okay, we'll take it. So your general energy here is actually the Three of Chalices, and that's a really interesting one. Three of Chalices is obviously about more about having fun, going out with friends, experiencing friendship, experiencing, just good times, making sure, we could be in the cups today, we could be going out with people, we could be going to a celebration, a party, and if, you do get invited to something, make sure you're having fun, make sure to get out and see people here. Again, this is my, did I call it the Gustav Klimt deck? I was wrong. It's the Hieronymus Bosch deck. If I called it that at the beginning, I apologize. But yeah, it's really about, a means to uplift oneself lies in the emotions, both the positive ones and the negative ones. So how will you deal with the emotions that are coming through now? Will you deal with it positively, celebrate new beginnings, go to the people around you in life and celebrate friendships and communication. And again, it's really all about, how we take our emotional expression here and where we take our feelings, positive place or negative place. The Two of Swords is your next card out here, and that's a really interesting energy. The Two of Swords is really about the violent one. The battle transforms us into that which we want to fight. So make sure, again, that in this type of energy, that we don't end up becoming the person that we're so against, the person that we don't want to be. We could take this to a celebratory place, or we could take it to a more selfish and unsatisfactory place. We could also get a little bit too lost in the cups is another thing that I get. So make sure not to, dull and numb the things that are coming up now, and what's really being, what's really coming up, the messages, the feelings and stuff, with alcohol or drugs or anything, because it could turn us into, it could have us again delving back into those unhealthy emotions, delving back into issues with communication and this more insecurity and worry-based, paranoia-based way of communicating and dealing with things. So Nine of Pentacles comes up right there in the center, And I have to say, I gotta love the Nine of Pentacles. It's very much about, it kind of feels very much about we've come to a great place here in terms of, how much we've grown, how much we have matured, how much money we've made, how much success we have experienced in something. And for some of you, it could be that you get a lot of success today, and it's really how you communicate it and how we deal with the emotions that come along with it that prove how mature and responsible we are with this situation. So we can kind of grow and be better with it, maybe even help somebody else out who needs it, is kind of what it feels. Because the Nine of Pentacles is prudence. Even he who has more than he needs must not forget to lend a hand. So lend a hand. Make sure you're helping people when you need to. Make sure to offer support and guidance if you need it. And if you guys are in a position where you're kind of lost in the cups here, you're lost in, figuring out why emotional things are coming up and why it's so herky-jerky up and down and weird, and instead of numbing ourselves to it, and becoming something that we don't want to be and giving into a more negative energy there, it's like you can ask for help, you can receive some guidance, and you could also, if you're experiencing a lot of success, don't get, too big for your britches here and assume, it's kind of like, don't forget to help out. Don't forget to be a better person. Don't forget to be good with all this energy. Don't forget to channel this into helping and, what is the word I'm looking for? Supporting others instead of being kind of a selfish jerk. Like, it's like that CEO who suddenly makes $1 million. Are you just going to start laughing and paying people less? Or are you going to start treating people better and growing from, how much you've grown and taking that energy and expanding it to the world around you? Seven of Wands is what comes up next here, if I can pick it up here. But Seven of Wands is interesting because it talks a lot about, it's a really weird card in this deck. It's, the lady, poison one's conceit, gnawing at one's talents. So for me, this talks about, again, our insecurities, needing to treat ourselves kindly. Again, even if it's like almost like you are poised, again, on your conceit in something, you don't want to see the darker again. The whole message of this reading here is you can do what you want with energies today, but try not to be conceited. Try not to, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like, it'll come to me. Hold on. You would rather be defensive and employ these old defense mechanisms rather than see the truth and reality of where you can take where you're at now. Some people, I think that you guys are on this, you're on the cusp of something, you understand you're at a crossroads, and instead of changing our ways, we might want to give into old patterns of behavior, old fears, insecurities, not pushing forward where we need to. Instead getting ready to be defensive about where we need to change, because energies that are coming up now are asking us to shift, are really going to put, again, uncomfortable stuff here, things that we're really not proud of, behaviors that we're not proud of, again, that we don't like when they come out of us. It's going to put all that right on display, and it's going to be like, okay, do you want to change, or do you want to be involved, or do you want to continue to employ defense insecurity mechanisms that really just make yourself comfortable? Magician says to change. He says, it's time to shift, it's time to change. He is, again, that energy of where will you take this energy, like where will you take where you're at now. The search for truth must pass both through reason and through emotion, inquisitiveness. I'm just going to say that one because I don't think that one needs to be clarified even a little bit, does it? No. Pull a couple of general clarifiers here with the Morgan Greer. But again, I love the Hieronymus Bosch deck and the messages because it just hits it on the point. And I really think it's hitting this Capricornian energy that's coming up right now, because we have this triple conjunction in Capricorn right on that full moon in Gemini tomorrow. And the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is going to be, they're going to be talking for the month. They're not just going to be done in a day. That's really going to be some intense stuff. And we also, again, obviously we have the South Node and Jupiter that just went into Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricornian energy, and it talks about, again, our responsibility and what we deserve, and bringing up these feelings of, I don't deserve this, or I'm not valuable because I need to ask for help, or I need this, or and it's just very, Again, go watch I'm not going to get into the whole thing because there's a lot to get into, and I went deep into it in that full moon in Gemini video. So please go watch that, or at least go watch the first 5 or so minutes of it, because there's some really important messages about the energy right now, and I do think it could help you to listen to that. Yeah, Page of Swords. What will we do with what comes in? We might have communications, or, you know, somebody kind of picking, prodding at us. We might want to snap and again, adhere to some old behaviors, old tendencies, old defense mechanisms. But if we can see what would be best for our future and shift into that energy, it would be a lot better. Yeah, it asks you to, again, 7 of Wands, but the 7 of Wands in this deck has a more, you know, let's fight for what's right kind of stance. Let's fight through, let's see the forest through the trees here, instead of getting caught up on, you know, this person said this and it offended me, or I saw this and it upset me, and I need to say something about this and do that, and employ these defense mechanisms because we just don't want to deal with where we ourselves might be wrong and need to change. So it's time to start letting go of that need to be defensive and start looking at, you know, does this really serve us? No. 7 of Pentacles says, you know, you've been at this for a while, but you're not really seeing the results that you want. So maybe it's time to change how we do it. Maybe a change of tactics is needed. Looking at something in a more mature and long-term healthy perspective. Less defensive. What is real? What is truth? And where maybe can I ask for help? And, you know, it feels to me almost like you might need to ask for some guidance. You might need to ask for somebody else's opinion and somebody else's word on this. And if this has something to do with equality and needing somebody to step up to the plate and offer you something where they weren't before, to balance something out where they weren't before, it kind of hinges on how you communicate what you need and how you communicate where you're at now and what needs to be shifted, what needs to be changed for this to be more equal. Oh boy. All right, where is the Doreen Virtue card? It's way over here. All right, let's pull some of these guys. For the love situation, if this is a love situation, what are the messages today for you guys? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, and that's something you need to look at. What are you being codependent with, even if it's your own emotions and your own way of looking at something? It could be a friendship, but we're going to look at codependency and how that really plays into our relationships today, and how we can maybe shift out of a more codependent place to a more independent place. Or maybe for some of you, it's that you don't need to be as independent as you are, and you can maybe even be a little bit more codependent with your partner in relationships. Could be either way. Let's get a Stacey DeMarco Halloween Oracle to finish it up here, round it out. Oh, we get 2, and they're really good ones. They're really good ones. We don't get 2 every day, so we'll do it. The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. The idea of the should the underworld card be present in your reading, you're being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. This may involve changing course. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving. Whilst things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time, this is temporary. Space is being made into which you can create the new. And then Eternal Love. This is the only love card in this deck. It's a very special card to get. And for some of you, equality is coming into a relationship, but you also have to look at how you're approaching it. Is what I'm getting here is that we need to stop sitting on the fence and, you know, letting ourselves be the person that we're complaining about. Change your behaviors. Shift into a different place here. If you are being too independent and you find that, you know, you don't communicate your feelings very well and that you have a hard time, you know, putting that energy and effort and trust and faith really into love, that it's time to start shifting and changing and finding a new way to communicate. Is this how you want to communicate for the future? What has it brought you? What would changing something bring you? All right, so should you choose this card, you are being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers, it leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close by, is close at hand, and to be ready to open up to this new experience. Those are your messages, guys. I hope you enjoyed them. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Check out your full moon and Gemini readings. Those are really big messages, and I really, really recommend you listen to that first part before we even go into the specific signs. There's some really important messages there, okay? Really, really important for the energy right now. If you want to book a private reading, again, half off of any 20-minute or longer reading until the end of this year. You can also get readings as a gift, but all the information on booking is right below this video in my description box. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Make sure to subscribe and check out your monthly love and general readings. Thank you guys. Namaste.